Hello and welcome to TotoTCG. You are here with me, Matthew, and we are back here with another Pokemon news update. Now, this might, and I say might be the last new GX for Celestial Storm. And I'll be brutally honest, I think I've personally saved the best to last. And this one was only announced about 3 days ago, completely by shock. It was posted actually on the Pokemon official page, so it is officially coming out. It's not just a load of mumbo jumbo. It is coming out. It is part of Celestial Storm. I'm surprised that it is here. I thought it was going to come out in its own GX box, and hopefully there might be another card that comes with it, which could help this quite nicely. So what am I on about? Well, we are talking about Alolan Raticate GX. I'll say it again. Alolan Raticate GX. I am so excited for this card. It looks amazing. I absolutely love this thing so much. Number one, who the heck doesn't love a fat, chubby, black rat thing? Oh, it's just so cool. I mean, at the moment, this thing is actually available in Pokemon Go as well. So this was just like, whoa, another Alolan Pokemon. Yes, please. There is actually still a few Alolan Pokemon that we haven't actually had as a GX. So whether they will bother doing them, I don't know. Obviously, they have made them before as just normal cards. They might have been holos, but not all of them have been made. But Alolan Raticate GX is the next Alolan card to come out, which is just so cool. Now, I think when we had the Ultra Prism news update, I actually covered this Pokemon. Well, we're going to do it all again. It's got its English release, so you can see it's actually coming out in English. You can see the set number is 85 out of 168. 168 cards, not even taking into account probably the full art cards might be in there, but the rainbow rares. If there are about 11 GXs, I'm saying that this guy might, I'm not officially stating it, but might get a full art and rainbow, which would be insane, but I don't know, I can't really see it happening because we haven't seen it over in Japan. However, Japan gets some stuff before we do, and vice versa. So this thing might actually get a full art and rainbow rare. We don't know. We know that it's obviously going to get a GX. Now, the thing is, when we had the Lycanroc midnight, night, day, dawn. It's not dawn. It is. Yes, it is dawn. Oh wow, the Lycanroc, the dawn one. No, I'm thinking of Dawnwing's Necrozma. Oh god, I can't think of them. Midnight, midday. Okay, couldn't think of midday. The midday form of Lycanroc. When that one came out, it actually came out in a GX box. And I think it took about 1 or 2 sets. It came out in Burning Shadows when we actually had a full art and rainbow rare, minus that card from that set. So, are we going to just see this in the set, or are we going to get a rainbow rare and full art? Now, the fact that this is in a set is interesting because we've had Serena GX, but no full art or rainbow rare. I'm trying to think. We've had Beware GX, but no full art or rainbow rare. Now, bearing in mind, those GXs were in GX boxes. We still haven't got a full art or rainbow rare. Neither is Japan, to be honest, so I can't really see that happening. But I'd like to think that Alolan Raticate GX is going to definitely see a full art and rainbow rare. I think it'd be pretty cool. Definitely very cool. And I really can't see this card going for a lot of money because I don't think a lot of people are going to be interested. But believe me, I am super stoked for this thing. So, it is a dark Pokemon with a HP of 200, so I mean that's pretty cool. Most of the Rattatas, which we will have a little discussion on which ones are the best, have 40 HP, which is quite low. But to bump that up by 160 HP to get this big fat rat right in there, amazing stuff. So that's really cool. And of course it is a stage 1 because like I just said, it does evolve from a Alolan Rattata. Although by the time this set comes out, after a month has passed, all of the normal Rattatas will have gone. There will be no Rattatas to use in actual format, except Alolan. So, yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. I love the card artwork. I probably said that in the previous news update. But this, it looks so cool. And to know now that it is coming out in this set, I cannot wait to try and hunt this thing down. So much during pre-releases, so much during booster box openings. It's going to be great. It really, really is. So at this point, I would normally show the Full Art and Rainbow Rare. Now, the fact that we don't have any, I can't show you. But I will show you 2 of the 3 different Rattatas, 2 of which have already been released, one of which I'm hoping will come out in this set because it will work very nicely with this card. What are we talking about? Well, we have the Sun and Moon one, Alolan Rattata with 40 HP and a free attack with Gnaw for 20. A lot of people, I think, are liking that, and the fact that the retreat is 0. So, I mean, that's not bad. Yes, it's 40. Yes, it's weak to fighting. It has a resistance to Psychic, though. It is from Sun and Moon, so it's going to still be in Standard, because it's going to be Sun and Moon onwards for now. So, yeah, this is going to be pretty interesting. Very nice one. And then we also had one from Burning Shadows. And again, 40 HP. The free attack here is Focus Energy. During your next turn, this Pokemon's bite attack's base damage is 60. So, okay, fair enough. You sort of use Focus Energy as a free attack, but you have to then wait another turn, stall out, and I'm guaranteeing you, your opponent is going to be able to hit you for 40 HP to get a knockout there, which is going to be annoying. Plus the fact it hasn't even got free retreat. So there is that. So yeah, that's the 2 at the moment that we have in English that we can use. There is a third, and I'm pretty certain that I really am pretty certain that this should come out in this set. I am talking about this version. Now, when Raticate GX was available in Japan, it was as like a Pokemon card gym promo type thing. So I believe it's like these sealed packs with one card in them, and you open it and you've got the chance of obviously getting the GX. Now obviously you also have the chance of getting this thing, which is pretty cool indeed. So of course it is an Alolan Rattata with 40 HP. It does have a retreat of 1, so there is that to sort of think about. However, let's go over the moves. The first one, which is a free attack here, Call the Boss. That's what it's called, or that's what it's translated as. What does it do? Search your deck for Alolan Raticate, including Alolan Raticate GX, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Of course, it is a move, but say you go second, and you're able to do this, you search your deck, you get the Raticate, and bang, you've gone from being a really pathetic 40 HP Pokemon to an up there 200. Yes, you might still be weak to fighting, but you're on 200 HP, and during your opponent's next turn, when they can actually maybe first attack, I can't really see them doing 200 damage to you. It can be done, but I can't see it happening on that first attacking turn of your opponent. The other move it does have is, for 2 colours, it's called Gnaw. Again, very similar to the other one. It does 20 damage. So, I'll be brutally honest, if this comes out in the set, this is the one to play. Yes, it has a retreat of 1. Yes, the attack is a double colourless, and we'll get into the attacks of Raticate again just to go through them, but I would play it just for that free attack. Number 1, you get that up, you get that straight up, and you think, okay, happy days, I can, use that. You can use that free attack, no energy cost whatsoever, and what works so well with this is that it works very well with the Raticate GX because of the 2 free attacks. Completely free, no energy attachments on 2 of the attacks, one even being the GX, which is really cool. So yeah, I definitely think, and I am really, I like to say I'm really certain this will come out. This came out when the Raticate went out in Japan, along with it as a promo. We should get this in the set. Number 1, the artwork looks insane as well. I have to say, out of all 3 of them, this is the best artwork. I absolutely adore it. It looks so cool. I really hope this does come out in the set, and hopefully at some point we might get a full leak thing, and this can be confirmed or declined as to whether it is or whether it isn't. However, moving on from that, let's go on to these attacks. So, our first one has been translated. No, I've got the translations. I haven't just copied what it says here because I'm lazy. But it also shows what the difference is between the translations. So, for a free attack, yes, I said free. The translation from Japanese was throwaway. The English is chuck away. So it's kind of, you're doing the same thing. It's almost as if you're doing a crossword and there's two different words that do the same thing. So chuck and throw, basically the same thing. You're just lobbing something, throwing a ball, that sort of thing. Chucking away a ball. What does it do? 40 times damage. Discard up to 2 cards from your hand. This attack does 40 damage for each card you discarded in this way. I'm not going to lie, that is pretty sweet indeed, I have to say. To be able to have a free attack, to be able to do 80 damage, with the choice band it be 110, possibly even on your actual second turn, not the second turn, your second turn, you can do 110 damage. That's pretty cool. I have to say that is really, really cool, and that's one of the reasons I like this thing. It might not be a sort of thing to focus around a deck to power this thing up, but there are a few other things that can work with this thing to bump up that score, the attack, a little bit more. So yeah, chuck away, 40 times damage. You discard the 2 cards from your hand. There's a lot of stuff in your deck, and bearing in mind, I say there's stuff to get back other things from the deck. There are, to be honest. I mean, if you're running an energy, say you put this in a water deck. It sounds stupid, but for 2 free attacks, it could work very well. You do this, say for example, you play a water deck. You use this attack twice. While you're doing that, you're setting up on the bench as well, because you don't have to put any energy on this thing. You get rid of 4 waters. Now we'll come back to what those 4 waters can do. You guys probably might have guessed what we can do with the GX itself, but it could be really, really cool. Very game-changing indeed. So let's move on to this second attack here, which it's still obviously translated correctly as Hyper Fang, 1 dark, 2 colourless. It's a 2 energy attachment attack. 150 is nothing to be sniffed at. That's pretty cool, with 30 on top of that, and also Devoured Field. That is a very nice 190 there. You're knocking a Buzzwole out, which is pretty cool. There is a downside to it. 150 damage. Flip a coin. If tails, this attack does nothing. Now, I would be the first one to tell you play Victini with this thing. But I'm not. I'm not the first one. It's something to think of, because obviously Victini allows you to do another coin flip, and if you've got 2 on your bench, you could possibly do it again and again. I think, unless it doesn't allow stacking. But to be able to possibly have a pretty big chance at doing what could be 190 damage for just 2 energy attachments, I think that's pretty cool. I definitely think that is really, really cool. It is a solid card, I have to say. I personally love this card so much. I know there's probably going to be some people who are going, no, it's not for me, rip it. For me, I absolutely love this Pokemon. It looks amazing, it's crazy, and the attacks are just insane, which is always good. So, with that being said, maybe play a Victini, allowing you to do another coin flip, etc. You could then get away with that. So, I mean, it's not bad, and it's definitely something to think about. So, moving on to the free GX attack. Now, you can see the difference here. Item Miner GX, English Item Maniac GX. What does it do? Search your deck for up to 6 item cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. Do you see where I'm getting at with this? You are able, as much as it is a GX attack, and as much as you're probably thinking, well, people are just going to N you. Think about a month's time when this card actually comes out and N is gone. The only thing that's going to disrupt you, and it's going to be a really big annoying thing, is Judge. That is literally the only thing I can think of that is going to disrupt you. Judge. And Judge is even worse than an N. You both get 4 cards. You don't get 6 each. You don't even get like 1 if your prize cards are rubbish. You get 4 each. Now yes, you could get some of the stuff that you did get from that item miner, but playing it very smart, possibly even using a supporter to lower them down. Say you judge them. You go down to 4, they go down to 4. What is the chance that they manage to draw a judge? Okay, yes, they might. But out of 4 cards of a whole deck of 60, can they get a judge from that? Sometimes it could happen, sometimes it probably won't. What I want to bring up, though, and what we said about the chuck away attack, is if you put this with like a water deck, You use the chuck away twice, you get rid of 4 water energies, depending on whether you actually get 4 water energies in hand to discard. You then search your deck for up to 6 item cards, right? Maybe you go for 2 choice bands, 4 aqua patch. 4 aqua patch, 1 turn. Obviously it would be the next turn, regardless of whether the judge happens. To me, that is definitely worth a shot. You put this guy in as a bit of a tech, maybe a 2-2 line, in with a water deck. You could even put it in with Lapras, because obviously Mana Fee will be going, so there won't be a free retreat. So there's going to be needing some help there. There is an Articuno coming out in this set, which, who knows, might help. I don't know, probably not. But this could help in terms of finding items, and we'll go into some of the items that this thing can help actually find. But yeah, definitely, if you can get 4 aqua patches off in 1 turn, say for example on a Lapras, you're powering up 1 Lapras and possibly a little bit on a Volcanion, or vice versa. The whole Volcanion, Prism, I mean, and 1 on the Lapras. That is awesome stuff. It has to be said, this thing is awesome. Having item cards in your hand is amazing because you can just spread them out across the thing. Admittedly, if you're not attacking with a choice band, I wouldn't really say, well, put the choice band on, because if they have a field blower, it's gone. So yeah, there is a bit of a risk, but if you can use the items, happy days. If you can place them, but not use them, I wouldn't do it. So yeah, very, very cool indeed. I mean, I ramble so much about these attacks, but there's so many things I can think of that this thing could work well with. But let's finish off this card with, obviously, when it is knocked out, it is a GX. We all know that. It will take 2 prize cards. But for 200 HP, that is nothing to be sniffed at. It's really nice, and a really, really cool looking Pokemon. I love it. It has a weakness to fighting, which of course Buzzwole is around. However, when rotation happens, they will not have access, and I say that very firmly, they will not have access to Strong Energy, which is brilliant. They will not have access to Regirock EX. Yes, they will still have access to Diancie Prism, fair enough. But there's nothing else that can power it up to be an overpowered thing. Yes, it'll probably see a lot of play because it is a really, really good card, especially that first attack with a Beast Energy on it. You're looking pretty cool. But taking away Strong Energy and the Regirock EX, that is some good stuff definitely happening with fighting. It's not going to weaken it. Well, I said it's going to weaken it slightly, but not hugely. There's still a lot of things to support fighting, which is always good. It has a resistance to Psychic. Now, obviously, if you are going against a counter like Garbodor or Espeon Garbodor, that sort of thing, then at least you do have a bit of resistance to that. And especially with Garbodor using the item thing, 20 less could be a game changer. So there's definitely that. And the last thing is, it does have a retreat of 3. Yeeks. That could possibly be the only downside to this thing. It's probably because it's a bit fat and he hasn't gone on he's not gone on like a slimming class. He's not doing much to get rid of his weight. He's not watching his weight. So 3, I guess, he's blumping around. He's not getting moving. Yes, you could maybe utilise a double colourless on here and a skateboard, but I really wouldn't bother. I mean, you could just Guzma this thing back out, and even if it does go down, it's going to have done some pretty cool stuff anyway. If you can get that GX going, if you can get some Chuckaways going, you're looking pretty cool. So that's pretty nice indeed. Definitely liking that a lot. Really, really cool stuff. So, we finished with the card. Let's have a little look at what works with this thing. So the first thing I can think of is Zoroark GX. Now, that trade ability could be life and death with this thing. You get rid of a card. Admittedly, yes, you are getting rid of more cards, but you're drawing into 2. Those 2 cards could be brilliant as like, oh, I don't actually need these 2 cards. I'll just get rid of them. You could maybe run Zoroark on the bench. Yes, it is a really good attacker with double colourless, so I would definitely say run double colourless. If you're playing Raticate, regardless of that second attack, whether you want to play it or not, run double colourless, run a Zoroark GX, have Zoroark GX, Alolan Raticate, both together, with the choice bands, of course. Items going galore. You don't need, obviously, aqua patches because there's no water going on here. But it could be a very interesting one. Could be very nice indeed. And of course, you finding a choice band for your Zoroark GX could be really cool with the with that GX attack. Of course, when you do it, that ends your turn. So there is that. But yeah, it is pretty cool. Definitely something to think about. So in terms of items, we talked about Aqua Patch, so that is definitely there. That could work with a water deck. I put Beast Ring. It is an item, so you could search out for 4 Beast Rings. Then they knock out the Alolan Raticate, and you're thinking, well, you've just made the biggest mistake of your life because I've now got 4 Beast Rings in hand. Thank you very much. So you do play it with, obviously, Ultra Beasts. You could do. You could even play it with Guzzlord. You could actually play it with Guzzlord. Oh my god, that could be really nice. Whoa, that sounds pretty cool. Because you only need about maybe even just 2 and an add-on yourself, and you're oh my god, that is amazing. You're able to actually do attacks there with the other 2 going on to maybe other Ultra Beasts, including another Guzzlord on the bench. That could be really cool. I've never thought of that. That's really cool. Could be worth a good shout. Mysterious Treasure. That could be pretty cool as well. It is an item, so you could search out all four if you do run all 4. And if you do manage to put it in with a Psychic or a Dragon deck, this could be pretty cool. That could be really nice. And lastly, of course, like we have mentioned, Choice Band. I'm not saying get 4 Choice Band and 2 of something else, but you could always just go for a Choice Band. It's the easiest option I can think of. Choice Band, you could think of getting some rescue stretchers if you needed them. You could think of getting the escape boards. There's many items. Many items. And there's more coming out. There's more coming out, so there's a lot of stuff to definitely think about and sort of plan for. It's going to be really cool. It is very, very much going to be very, very cool. I really cannot wait to see this thing and have a little test out with it, because I would like to try and make this thing work. It might not be successful, but if it's fun, I'll definitely take it. So there we go. Some different items there that could work, including Guzzlord as well, and also Devoured Field, which I haven't put up there. We've thought of them during this episode, so there's those 2 definitely to think about. So moving on from that, let's have a little look at Guess the GX, the answer from our previous one yesterday. So there was the picture there. Did anyone manage to guess what that was? I'm going to say it was pretty simple, really. I mean, if you know your GXs, especially your full arts, you'll probably have recognised that it was Glaceon GX. Very nice. Just that sort of headpiece, the cap, headpiece, hat sort of thing. Looking really cool. Glaceon GX, an absolutely amazing card as well. That freezing glaze, gaze, could be pretty cool. Could be. There are obviously a few GXs coming out in this set which are going to have a lot of ability. Say, for example, Rayquaza GX. So this thing is going to have a field day with that thing. An absolute field day. So who knows? Glaceon might see a bit of a return. Who knows? And then let's have a little look at the Guess the GX for this episode. We have got that picture there. That picture there, and that picture right there. I'll give you a very, very good hint here. We've spoken about this one in the actual episode, so there is definitely that to think about. But yeah, there we go. Alolan Raticate GX, possibly the last GX out of the, I believe we've had 5, 6. This is the 12th GX. 12 GXs. Imagine if all of them do have... Okay, we can confirm that 11 of them will have Full Art and Rainbow Rares. Will Alolan Raticate GX have a Full Art and Rainbow Rare? What do you guys think? Do you think he will? Do you think he won't? What do you think of these attacks? Is there anything I've missed in particular? Any other Pokemon? And of course, let me know in the comments below your thoughts on what the Guess the GX is. Probably pretty simple after I've given you that hint, but it's definitely something to have a little think about. Apart from that, if you are finding me for the first time and checking out this news update, etc., then definitely hit that subscribe button below for more news updates. We'll be going through all the supporters now, all the full arts. So any full art supporters or any other supporters which weren't in there, we'll be going through them for at least Champion Road and Charisma of the Rex Sky. We'll do 2 episodes for them. Then we'll go through the items and everything that are coming out in stadiums. And then we'll start having a look at some of the individual cards and see how they could affect everything. So yeah, it's going to be pretty cool indeed. Apart from that, I'm going to leave it here for this episode, and I will see you guys in the next news update on the channel. So I will see you next time.